These elevators make me feel like I'm walking into a China hutch, right?
Makes me feel like I'm walking on sunshine. Valerie, Kyle Travel Channel.
We cheated on Vegas and went to Reno. Caesars sent us an offer for hotel and flight included, and it was $50 per person, which were the administrative fees. No free player food comps included, but the airfare was included, so that was pretty awesome. We decided we might as well do it. We'd never been to Reno. We wanted to see what it was like. So when we booked the offer, Kyle was able to just book it online. Then about 48 hours before we were supposed to leave, we got details about checking in at the airport and then all the hotel and bus information. He actually picked the Silver Legacy Hotel because it kind of looks, if you look at the pictures, it looks like it's straight out of the Wizard of Oz. It has like the big ball, the big sphere outside of it, and then it just is lit up like a super pretty emerald green. So we chose that hotel to stay at, and I will show you the room. I'll tell you everything we did in Reno, and then at the end, I am going to tell you everything we spent on our 4-night trip to Reno. Are you so excited? So as we landed in the airport, we got off the plane, there were Caesars reps there, and they gave us papers that had information about where to meet on the last day and what times, so that you knew where to be to get the bus, because they did bus everybody to and from the hotel as well. So we got that. And then they had champagne ready for us when we got to the Silver Legacy. We didn't even have to go and check in at a normal check-in desk. They had keys ready with everybody's names on it. And it was such a smooth and easy process. And I know people did get different offers. So if you maybe have a higher status, you probably could get an offer with some free play and things included. We just didn't happen to have that because I think Kyle just got Diamond Plus a few months ago. So I think this is maybe where that came from. We just kind of got bumped up into another level of comps and things like that. So in the lobby of the Silver Legacy, they have this display and you can push a button and it'll talk and kind of read aloud the little plaque and tell you about the items in there. I thought it was so interesting because there's quite a bit of history, I guess, when it comes to this hotel. So this display, it said that Sam Fairchild was the wealthiest silver baron Nevada has ever seen, and legend holds that the Silver Legacy Resort Casino sits on the richest vein of blue ore that Sam ever mined. Sam traveled exclusively throughout the world, spending a great deal of time and money on collecting unique treasures that intrigued him. And it continues, the little plaque continues and says, these are pieces from his collection, hand-cut crystal vases, silver pieces, Persian rugs with 22-karat gold thread, rubies, amethyst, lapis, jade, and turquoise. And if you just stop and kind of look into the case and see the details of the items, it is pretty impressive and it's pretty cool. I actually really like that they have some of the history on display. So on the outside of the hotel, you do see that big sphere. And on the inside of it, it's actually a gigantic mining rig that they have set up so you can see what that was actually like. And then they do have it kind of moving at some point. So that's really cool. A completely different feature than I've seen in any other hotel. So in this area, we're staying at the Silver Legacy, which is part of the Row. So we have El Dorado, Silver Legacy, and Circus. They're all connected inside, so you can walk through each one to get to the other, and you can use the same cash out tickets at each one. They're all part of the Caesars property. So that made it really convenient because we could just walk through different casinos. We didn't have to worry about cashing out before we went to the next one in that area. We just got to the Silver Legacy. I can see you right there. You're. Let's take a look at the room. You can see. He said he was gonna hide in the. Here's our room that we got from Caesars. Here's the bathroom. They gave us some champagne. Pretty decent looking shower. I like that it's separated.
Stained.
Ooh, Kyle likes the stain right here.
It's my favorite band.
This is like old school.
Yeah, it feels like it's gonna break.
Yeah, the door feels a little bit like it's gonna break, but here we are. Now I'm gonna tell you about the room and our experience there. So it does have everything there, kind of has an older feel. I would liken it to maybe like more of a Fremont Street versus the Strip feel. So we got there Thursday night, Thursday and Friday, totally good. The bed is really comfortable, pillows really comfortable, no issues there. Saturday and Sunday, every time we got into the room, we were like, it smells like weed. Like someone else came for the weekend and is very clearly smoking weed in one of the rooms close to us because we kept walking in and smelling it. And so we were thinking by Sunday night, if that smell doesn't go away, we're going to have to tell them, like, hey, this is not us. Like, just so you know, if you are going to try to charge something for smoking in the room, we are not doing it. Luckily, by Sunday evening, it was gone. So it was whoever checked in late Friday and left Sunday was just having a party and having a great time. It was gone. And so by the time we checked out Monday morning, no problem. We didn't have to say anything. Other than that, the rooms, like I said, are a little bit dated, but we didn't have any issues. Everything was still comfortable and we still had a great time. Now I'm going to tell you all about what we did in Reno. So
Maybe it looks better litten up.
Litten? I'm recording. Good thing I'm recording this. No, litten up.
Lit up?
Not only can you see
Lit up.
the new.
Litted.
You said litten.
Lighted.
Oh my God. This just keeps going. You can see the new sign and the old sign. And it's pretty convenient. They have little circles on the ground, so they tell you the best place to take a selfie. Super fun. You have to take a picture in front of it if you're going to go to Reno, of course. So not only can you take a picture with the sign, you can also rock climb next to it. It goes so high up.
This part you gotta be all upper body. Oh yeah. That's the top, right?
Yeah, he's gonna ring the bell.
Starts coming down and he's had enough.
Oh my gosh, he did so good. Holy crap, look at that thing. It's all the way up there. They do have some artwork in kind of a little square. So there's a whale that is a stained glass whale, and then there's a believe sign. I believe these are both Burning Man art. So I did find some information on it, and it's a very short walk from the main area where all the casinos are. So you might as well pop by. We did go during the day, and we went at night to see the whale lit up. It really wasn't that impressive at night. It was equally as impressive during the day if you kind of just stand where you can look and then the sun is behind the whale so you can see all the beautiful stained glass. It's very pretty. Those were just kind of some of the free things that you could do or cheap. And I'm going to go over some food now because there are tons of restaurants in the Row area that we ate at. Some we loved, some were just okay. And then after that, I'm going to tell you about the entertainment that we did. So we did a Cirque show and we went to a comedy show. Cafe Central is in Silver Legacy. So there, when we talked to the host, she said, hey, we have a dedicated station for our Asian food. Everything else is cooked on the same line, just so you know. It was an odd thing for her to point out immediately when we got there, but after we got our food, it kind of made more sense. I got the pad thai, fantastic, massive portions, really, really good though. Kyle got pancakes, and then he said like part of his pancakes tasted like fish, like they had just cooked fish in the same griddle. So El Jefe's is going to be the cantina. It is pricey, I felt, for like the appetizer. Chips and salsa, I think was like $12. I ordered the carnitas, the chicken, and the carne asada. The pork tacos, I think, were the best. Hands down, so delicious. Brew Brothers. So here I got the chicken sandwich and I thought it was going to be more like the fried chicken, but it was actually pulled chicken with a buffalo sauce on it. That was one of, I think, my favorite meals, that and then the tacos I just talked about. And then at Brew Brothers, they did have dueling pianos a couple nights. So we got to sit, enjoy dueling pianos, listen to people singing. Everybody was just having a great time. And we had some really, really good food there. For all of the food, we are using Caesar's points because we do earn the Wyndham points that we transfer over to Caesar's. So it's $300 per person per year. And then we put that into Caesar's points, and then we're able to use that for trips like this where most of the things were comped the hotel and the flight, but not the food. And so we use points for all the food. For our first show that we went to, it was in the El Dorado showroom and it was Cirque Alice. So this is not technically a Cirque du Soleil show. However, it is produced by the creators of Cirque Mad Apple, which as I was watching the show, I'm like, this is so similar to Mad Apple because it's not like your traditional Cirque show where you have an entire cast and it's a massive stage. It's a smaller, more intimate theater and you have more single acts coming out, but Mad Apple was one of my favorites, so I was not upset at all that we went to an Alice in Wonderland themed Cirque style show that was very similar to Mad Apple. They do have different photo ops and little things set up so you can take pictures. And then after the show, you can go down this little hallway, and then they have an entire tea party table set up in a little different room. They put so much effort into like recreating a lot of the scenes and making it really interactive. And the show itself was so good. The only thing it was missing was more of the cat. There was like one little scene with the cat and then it was gone. I could have used a little bit more. Outside of that, the acts were fantastic. Cirque style shows rarely miss. And this is one where, again, super impressive. I absolutely loved it. Take a look at some of the acts here. Our second entertainment thing that we did was to go see comedy. It happened to be the weekend we were there. Andrew Dice Clay was performing. It was a very interesting experience. Honestly, not one of my favorites. This was in the Silver Legacy Grand Expo Hall. So for comedy, typically like the smaller rooms are a little bit better. It's not even about the view of the stage. It's just about like the expansiveness, the lighting. There's like a lot that goes into creating the experience, right? So we're on like The room is massive. It's an expo hall, first of all. Tons of seating. So we're all the way to the left and we could see the stage, but there were big screens also set up on both sides. So that was nice. We could see the person, they weren't that far, and we could also see the screens, but the lights were like almost completely up the entire time. Like it was so bright. Typically not what I'm used to when we go to a lot of comedy. Normally the lights are a little bit dim, and these lights were so bright, and even the comedians were like, "Hey, can you figure these lights out? Like what's happening?" Where like at one point the room was super bright and there was nothing on the comedian. It was like a little bit darker. And there was no spotlight. It was an interesting experience. So Andrew Dice Clay, if you have not watched him, he's not for everyone. His part was fine. His opener was awesome. I loved her so much. She was like hilarious. Probably the best part of the show for me. So if you look up his opener, it's the same person. I think she travels with him every time. Fantastic. Loved her so much. So it was worth it to go for that. The entire room for comedy itself was just weird and it kind of didn't make sense. It wasn't even like the arenas we've gone to, which they still get the lighting right there, and I don't know. There's something off about this whole setup. Now take a look at how much we spent on 4 nights in Reno. As always, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next trip.
Good time, good time, everybody.